Hello, you're welcome. It's Henry the computer guy, and today we are actually going to be looking at freezing panes and few options in Microsoft Excel. So whenever you're working with a lot of data, it can be difficult to compare information in your workbook. So Microsoft Excel provides you with several tools that make it easier to view content from different parts of your workbook at the same time, such as the ability to freeze the panes and split your worksheet. So in this video, you're going to actually learn how to work with them. For example, down here we have our file that is already created and it has the content that we are actually going to be using. So now when I scroll through my work, you're seeing that the whole information is actually moving. But I may be in need of, let's say, making these two rows, let's say, always appear whenever I try to scroll through my content. I want them to always be available. I may also be in need of, let's say, locking or freezing the column, such that whenever I try to move this, it remains there, or it remains static. Are we together? So we're going to see how we can go about that. Now, in our example, we are going to be using row 1 and row 2. That means that we have to select a row below those two rows that we want to freeze. That means that we are going to be selecting row 3. After selecting row 3, we shall come to our tabs and look for the View tab. Then we look for the freezing of the pane. The freezing of the pane actually has three options there. We have the freeze the panes, we have the freeze the top row, we have the freeze the first column. But we are going to be selecting now the freeze the panes. So when you click on it and try scrolling through your work or content, so let's try and see. So these headings or these two rows are going to be static. They will remain there. They will always be available when we try to scroll through our work. That is how we can freeze the rows. And now, if at all you wanted to freeze a column, for example, I wanted to freeze column A, that means that I'll have to select column B. Or I select a column that is to the right of the one I want to freeze. And in this case, I want to freeze column A, that means that I'll select column B. Then I'll come to the View tab, then again on the freezing of the panes. Then I will come and say freeze the first column. That means that when I try now moving my content, column A is going to always be there as well as these ones are moving. So that is actually how we can freeze the panes. And if at all you wanted to unfreeze them, just go back to the freezing of the panes, then you say unfreeze the panes. That means that we can now try and see again they are moving. And now down here they are also moving. That is how we can exactly freeze and unfreeze the columns. Actually, if you're finding this video helpful to you, please help me and click the subscription button below. It has a way to help me so much. Let's continue. And now we are going to be seeing looking at some of the other views in the ones we can use in actually Microsoft Excel. For example, the ones of opening a new window and the one of splitting a worksheet. For example, you might be having if you at times your workbook is containing a lot of content, it can sometimes be difficult to compare different sections. Excel provides additional options that make your workbook easier to view and compare. For example, you might be having a lot of data here. So what you can do, you can come to the new window. It will actually bring you or open a new window for you such that you can actually minimize it and maximize it whenever you feel you want. For example, if I make this one smaller, I can be able to view some information that I actually want when the other option is also there or when the other file is also existing. So I can leave it there, then I can try scrolling through using this one, then I can see and compare the data I want. That one is all about the using of the new window. Now, we also have that one of the splitting of the window. First of all, you have to select where you want to split from. For example, I want to split from, let's say, July. I will select a cell in July. Then I will come and say split. So this information is going to be split into two. Or this file is going to be split into two. Or this sheet is going to be split into two. Now, when I come here, we are on this one. So that means that I can start scrolling through this content alone. I can as well come and scroll this content alone so that I can compare my information. That is how we can split it. So we can, if you actually want to remove the splitting of the worksheet, you can come and click back on it, so it will actually remove it. Another one here is what we call the hide. That means that we can even hide the windows and we can hide even the sheets. So for example, we are on the sheet. I can click on hide, then it disappears. Then I can also click on pane and hide. Then I'll say let's say the phrasing of the pen, it will come back just like that. So it's been Henry the Computer Guy, and if you actually have someone else who needs this content, help me and share the link to them. And you also help me to click on the subscription button below. Bye bye, I sign out.